local supermarket. It's just an ordinary supermarket. It's not even that big. But it's just taken me a few minutes and I've been able to find some onions, free-range eggs and some fair trade wine. There's even a place in there where I can recycle my plastic bags. Let's see how I get on now in the local fashion stores. So I've just been in Topshop and I was looking for some organic or fair trade clothing. I couldn't find anything, so I asked the shop assistant and she just looked at me blankly. So I'm going to try somewhere else now. Same story there really, nothing. I know this is only a small shopping mall, but I think if I can find fair trade and organic food in my local supermarket, I should be able to find fair trade and organic clothing in my local fashion stores. I don't really understand why the fashion industry is lagging so far behind the food industry. I want to tell you 3 stories. 3 stories, that's it. The first story begins in January 2010. I went to a swish, a type of clothing exchange. It was organised by a friend of mine in Camden. I was familiar with the concept of swishes, but I'd never been to one before. And I think that was the key. I engaged with a new concept and a new community. I don't think I would have done it by myself. I needed a friend to show me the way. But once she did, I loved it and I've never looked back. My second story is about my personal challenge and the mission of discovery it set me on. After going to the swish, I wanted to set myself a goal. I wanted to see if I could go for a year only wearing vintage, upcycled and pre-loved clothing. I blogged about the experience and through that met an amazing range of designers and retailers working to an ethical model. I soon realised that taking pictures of myself in nice outfits and posting them online wasn't going to change the world. And this is where my third story begins. In April 2011, I launched Miss Wanda's Wardrobe. Miss Wanda's Wardrobe is a social enterprise that uses empty retail spaces and turns them into pop-up shops. Through the pop-up shops, I've been able to showcase a range of ethical designers as well as high-end vintage and pre-loved clothing. I've had the opportunity to meet thousands of shoppers and talk to them about how they can look good and do good. It's been 9 months since I started Miss Wanda's Wardrobe, and in that time it's always felt like there's something missing. Although there's loads of worthy entrepreneurs like me, the mainstream fashion industry is not changing. Sweatshops are still being exposed and carbon emissions are still increasing. I believe people can change the world, from ending the war in Vietnam to saving BBC Six music. If people power can overthrow a dictator in Egypt, then surely we can get a few organic t-shirts into Topshop. This year something amazing is going to happen. We, the great British public, are going to start a fashion revolution. The revolution is going to be led by an Uber blog, which brings together some of the most brilliant and prolific writers on the blogosphere. It's going to give fantastic style advice, the lowdown on ethical fashion labels, alongside exciting campaigns and calls to action. It's going to be an online community of fashionistas who want to rock the world. And there's one more thing, and this is the bit I'm most excited about. From our online community, we're going to form a Groupon style shopping collective, but with a social mission. Our ethically minded fashionistas are going to agree to shop in Topshop or River Island, for example, in exchange for, say, more organic cotton ranges or better labelling on the clothing. Am I going to change the world? No, we're going to change the world together. The future of fashion starts here. Within the next 10 years, we want to see clearer labelling on our clothing that explains who and how our clothes are made, organic, fair trade and upcycled options in all our high street stores, and fashion that makes you look good on the outside and feel good on the inside.